Episode 2 of my video game FLAPPATRON available right now on Steam. Crappy remake, I choose you! Oh god, that Pokemon First movie remake is not good. It's not great, and it annoys me because I was in that kind of camp where I thought, you know what? Maybe it's good. Everyone's shitting on this for no reason. Fuck it. No, I usually never bash remakes too much because I feel, well, it's a win-win at the end of the day because the original one still exists, and now you've got this new remake for like a new generation, right? So I never look at it as a loss. But with this, there's something about it, and to be honest, the first Pokemon movie. Controversial opinion, the first Pokemon movie is actually pretty fucking terrible, really. Even as a child watching it, I was like, this is gay. Like, when they're crying and the tears save him. Like, what is that about? The story's like, there's actually not that much action in the 2D one. After I watched the new one, I actually went on YouTube and looked at some clips, and it's just not that great of a film. Nothing really happens. But as a kid, I loved it, I guess. I mean, the tear bit sucked, but I remember being like, oh, this is cool as a child. But, you know, really, it wasn't that great. So, to be honest, it's not they're remaking a good film anyway. But god damn, is the 2D one so much better. So much more charm to it. And it's not even about the charm, it's everything. It baffles me. It's so kind of, it feels like a low-budget, crappy animated film, man. The camera work is so boring. There's never any close-ups, I swear. It's always just the same mid-shot all the time, man. The graphics aren't that great. I think the humans look a bit weird. I don't know, I just think the cinematography and the camera work is just so bland. And the fight scenes, when a Pokemon gets hit, there's just no impact. What? Even compare it to the fucking original. They're getting smacked all over the place. I could have sworn there was a part of Pikachu slapping each other going, On this one, the Pikachu's just hitting him back. And what's really weird is there's a part in the film, right, where there's like, Charizard, go! And he's like trying to fight the clones, the Mewtwo clones. And it's all kind of like stuff's going over the place, Venusaur's getting knocked back. Very crappily, I might add, with no impact at all. It just looks really stupid. It looks like an SFM. An SFM animation. That's what this movie looks like. It literally does. A YouTube SFM animation. I'm telling you right now. I've seen better SFMs animations than this. And then, yeah, there's big fight scenes going on. They're getting knocked about, blah, blah, blah. And then it cuts to them, you know, all of them fighting each other. But they're just kind of hugging, and there's no fighting really going on. It's really weird. I remember the original doing that one as well, but I didn't notice it as much because it's a cartoon. Whereas this, it's got just wide shots of everything, and you're like, okay, why the fuck are they just hugging each other now when they were just, there was a full-on battle before that? It's just, I just found it so boring. And, you know, what's worse is I was really drunk when I watched it. So you would think I'd enjoy it more. We did a drinking game at the beginning. I was already drunk before then, but, like, you know, we started with, whenever someone says a Pokemon's name, or a Pokemon says their name, you have to drink. Chris pussied out after like 10 minutes though, so yeah. Just thought you should know that Chris pussied out after 10 minutes of a drinking game. I think you should know that because I was very upset and annoyed that he did that. All around me are familiar faces. What the fuck is going on? My brain's just gone. My brain's melted right now. God damn, I forgot what I was even talking about. Who am I? Where am I? I just found the film meh and a bit. I just found it super boring. The first half an hour, I was like, really? Can something just happen? I mean, even the fight scene at the beginning, when it's like got the I wanna be the very best. That's cool and the song's great, but I mean, it's hard to enjoy the fight scene when it's just some music playing. There's no like stakes. It's like, oh, go Charizard, go Bulbasaur, whatever the fuck. There's no sound effects and shit really, and yelling. It just kind of takes away the fight. Takes away from the fight rather. I don't know. It was just boring. That's the best way to describe this film. It's just boring. I wouldn't even bother watching it, if I'm honest. The problem is that it's not terrible enough to where it's funny and you can drink to it, but it's also not good enough to where it's actually entertaining. So it's in that crappy, like, 4 out of 10 middle ground, which is the worst middle ground to ever be in. I bought loads of crappy games, for example, recently for the PS2. I bought like 100 shitty games. But most of them aren't terrible enough to where it's funny. They're just bad and boring. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's the same shit with this film. It's just so bad enough to where it's just not super terrible, but not good enough to where it's even remotely interesting. It's just meh. The only part I liked was seeing Vulpix in 3D and going, oh look, it's Vulpix, I love Vulpix, yay! And that was about it. And seeing, I guess, some of the Pokemon. I mean, there was one shot. This summed up the film for me. There was one shot where I think the clones came alive or something. They're just like the 3 clones came alive. Charizard, fucking Blastoise and whatever. And they come alive out the tubes. And they're just walking, like, out the door. And I swear that shot lasts, like, a minute. To the point where I looked over at Chris, like, what the fuck? Like, is this... What? Am I watching, like, prototype footage or something? Like, is this actually in the film? It's shot terribly. It just... Everything about it was just... it was baffling. I didn't understand. What the fuck am I watching? I mean, like, literally watching me just... Like, imagine this vlog right now, yeah? And then all of a sudden I just started doing this. For a minute. And then I cut back to me talking again. You'd be like, what the fuck? Was that meant to be in the video? Was that intentional? That's how that scene felt. It was just weird. I don't know. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, so I'm not super butthurt about this film. I don't really care. It's more just the fact that, you know, oh hey, it's a remake of an old film. I think this should be quite cool. You know, let's give it a watch. They can't fuck this up, and I watch it, and just, even as someone who's not a massive Pokemon fan, it's just boring and crap. So, bada bing, bada boom. That's my thoughts on the Pokemon movie Revolution, Reloaded, whatever it is. Let me know down below what you thought of the film. And also, tell me your favorite Pokemon, because I'm interested. So until then, I'll see you next time.